1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
A lot of reaction around the coaches poll yesterday. I don't think anybody has a problem with Texas and Ohio State being 1-2. Penn State gets interesting. Terry and I, in our show meeting, we're talking about Penn State. And I'm curious how many of you feel. I think you'll take this the right way. I put Penn State in a very similar boat, if you will, to the one I put A&M into. And what I mean by that is there's always, rightly because of talent, and to some degree, you know, their status. There's always a lot of hype around them, but they don't really achieve it. And this year, there's a lot of people who believe that the right pieces are coming back, and Penn State's going to knock Ohio State off the Big Ten throne. Remember, Ohio State didn't win the Big Ten last year. I'm not there. And what I mean by the A&M boat is I know how well A&M has recruited. I know how much money A&M has spent. I know how good they want to be and how good they believe they are. But then A&M goes and loses 3 or 4 games a year. It's not an opinion, right? It's not. These are results. Now, the opinion comes into why do they lose 3 or 4 games a year out in College Station? And why does Penn State not seem to be able to get back to a place that they were in? And, you know, and look, it's been a while, obviously. I mean, Penn State hasn't been mighty, mighty Penn State since the 80s. They've had their moments, and they're always going to be in that 9-win, 10-win range, always. I mean, that's the talent level. That's the conference they play in. That's the expectation. But they want to win national championships. But we talk a lot about Auburn comparing itself to 2 schools, Bama, Georgia. Who does Penn State compare themselves to? Only 1 school, right? And yet somehow along the way, Penn State doesn't ever seem to find a way to be great. They lose a game they're not supposed to, or they can't beat Ohio State.